Hello Internet, my name is David and this is the Pursuit Blog, and I just got back from vacation. Can you tell by my tan? We didn't get a chance to do Christmas as a family this year, so instead of doing Christmas presents, we decided to take a family cruise. So I took my wife and kids and we met up with my parents and my brother and one of his friends, and we got on a cruise ship and sailed down to Mexico for a week, and it was wonderful. And we sailed out of New Orleans, which meant that we had to go down south to get on to the cruise ship. Between going down south and going to Mexico, we witnessed a lot of poverty this past week. When you've been away from an area for a while and you come back, all of a sudden you see things that you never saw while you were there. And I was a bit astonished by the level of poverty, both down south and in Mexico. But I found myself having much more compassion for the people outside of the country who were poor than those inside the country who were poor. And I didn't know why. So I had to take some time to think about that this week. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. There's two ideas that I arrived at that I want to share with you. First, in realizing that I had more compassion for people outside of the country than inside of the country, because growing up I'd always heard this idea that, this is America, and if you can't make it in America, you're lazy because this is America. But that is a terrible philosophy, because the older I get, the more I realize that one of the greatest sins that we can commit toward one another is the sin of assumption. I don't know, just by looking at you and the way that you live, why it is that you live that way, or how you've gotten there, or why you've stayed in this economic state. I don't know your family, I don't know your upbringing, I don't know what has happened to you in the past, I don't know what is currently happening to you in the present. I am making an assumption that somehow I know, and I am calling you lazy, or I am calling you not lazy. I don't know. I'm making an assumption by passing judgment upon you. I have realized the older I get that until you walk in someone's shoes, you can never know what it is or why it is that someone is the way that they are. So look around you, because when you live in a certain area for a period of time, you stop seeing the problems in your community. But look around you, and when you see people in a depressed economic state, don't just assume that they are there because they are lazy and they can't get a job because they don't want a job. Don't make assumptions about people. Which brings me to the second idea that I realized. In recognizing that I've grown up with a bit of a prejudice against poor people in my own country, I realized that God doesn't. That these people are people as much as any other group of people. God loves everyone the same. Whether they are in the deep south, the north, Mexico, everywhere. God loves everyone the same. And because he loves everyone the same, that means I should love everyone the same too, regardless of economic status or nationality or the color of someone's skin. When you come to Jesus, you check your prejudice at the door. And that's not always easy for everyone because of the way that we have been brought up. So that is an area that God has to work on in your life as he is working on it in mine. God doesn't play favorites with his creation, and neither should we. So don't just assume that you know people by the way that they present themselves. I guarantee you that's not who they really are, but God loves who they really are, and we should too. As always, leave me your thoughts in a comment down below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel for more thoughts. I hope you have a great day. God bless.